lot. I hope I can start.
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. So this is Surya. I'm the trainer consultant from SAP ABAP. So let me quickly share my screen for a quick moment. I hope my screen is visible and clear.
Yes, it is connecting. Yeah, you're good to go, Santosh.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So yeah. So exactly, I would like to tell before going ahead with SAP ABAP. So what exactly I wanted to talk about is what is exactly ERP. Okay. So basically, ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. So it is a system. Uh, these kind of systems are the software tools which is used to manage the data of an enterprise. Okay. So generally, you have a company. For example, Samsung is one of the company. So it will produce mobile phones, maybe televisions, and all the other stuff. So to manage whatever the products which is producing company, so we need a plan. Okay, we have an enterprise which is company which is a Samsung, and for that to actually evolve, they need a resource. Okay, resource kind of materials, or maybe machines or people or money, and any kind of resources they need, and they need to manage. So everything should be planned properly so that the business will happen smoothly. So for that reason, ERP came into the picture. Now, what exactly ERP means? Enterprise, which is a company, resource, and planning. So, and this ERP can have multiple entities, I can say. Okay, so for example, sales and distribution, whatever how many products has been sold and how many products we bought, how many raw materials we bought from the vendors, all this information you need to stack it somewhere. That is called as that is one of the entity which is called as a sales and distribution. And maybe financial management is one more entity, business intelligence is one more entity, and big data analytics is one more entity. So all these are actually entities with respect to any company. So if you want to manage all these things for a company, you should be having a powerful tool to handle it properly. So for that reason, we do have okay, so let me just take one example, one of the use case. So earlier, before we have a software tool or something like that, what exactly will happen if you want to place any order or something like that? So customer will call a sales department, and sales go and they'll check in the inventory department, and or maybe they'll check in the production planning department, and they'll check whether the product is available or not. If you have the product which is available, then only the sale will happen, right? Otherwise the sale will not happen. So once the once the product is available, then they will deliver. If the product is not available, what they will do, they will purchase a raw material and they'll prepare the product, and then they'll say like 60 days will take, it will take 60 days to prepare and then provide it to the customer. So this kind of a scenario which is there earlier before this software has been introduced. Okay, now everything, whatever the scenario which I talked about, the sales and the inventory management and the production planning and the plant maintenance and maybe the production or financial management, all these things will be handled with the help of a powerful tool which is called as ERP. Okay, so now let me just tell you few of the ERPs which is there in the industry. Sorry. Okay, so let me tell you one of the powerful ERP tool which is in the industry, which is SAP. SAP means systems, applications, and products, which is actually in the data processing standpoint. Okay, so when you say data processing standpoint, SAP is actually the market leader in the ERP industry, and it helps the companies of all sizes. Okay, whether it is a big company or whether it is a college or whether it's a small, very small shop, it doesn't matter. It will manage it will actually manage the business with the help of a software called as systems, applications, and products. It was developed in Germany, and it was developed by 5 former IBM employees with a vision of creating a standard application software for real-time business process. Okay, so it was started with SAP R1. R1 means real time, the first version of real time, and it was evolved to R2, and it was actually upgraded to R3, which means real time version 3, wherein client server architecture came into the picture. Then ECC came into the picture. Then HANA came into the picture. Now it was actually the BTP, which is Business Technology Platform. So that BTP is one of the major tool which industry is using, so that to have a very complex business logic, and it converts that complex business logic into simple entities and then provide the solution. Okay, now what are the industries which SAP is looking at? So there is actually 28 different industries, which industry sectors I can say, which SAP is actually used. Okay, so it's not a simple small sectors, it is very big sectors, something kind of manufacturing, pharmaceutical, automotive, aerospace, real estate, oil and gas, and telecommunication. So all these are actually the industries which SAP is looking at. So if you name any company which is actually with respect to automotive, for example, let's say Hyundai. Hyundai is using SAP, and if you talk about manufacturing, Micron is using SAP, and if you talk about pharmaceutical, so there are companies like Merck Pharma and all the other big companies. If you name any company, that definitely use SAP. So SAP is actually the uh, perfect example of the ERP tool. Okay. So now what are the advantages of SAP? So if you're talking about advantages, it will be suitable for any size of business. Okay. And it will integrate with SAP and the non-SAP software. As a part of industry specific best practices, we do have a customization, we do have an easy connection between the systems. Data security is one of the major advantage which SAP is providing, reducing the cost and continuous innovation. So if you talk about continuous innovation, we already have SAP BTP is in place, and we are moving further to process automation and artificial intelligence as well. Okay. Now let me just talk about the downside of SAP. So hefty cost, and SAP ERP is very much complicated when it comes to the functionalities. You need to write the code, very much complicated code, to develop a powerful application. And users may also find updating their software versions, which is actually challenging. So now in this course, in this specific course, SAP ABAP course, so what exactly we are trying to explain you, or make teach you, or maybe train you, is with respect to the ABAP. ABAP is one of the language which is used in SAP. So with the help of ABAP, we can able to develop an application, and we can able to deploy an application, and we can make use of the application. So if you talk about ERP is a combination of multiple entities, as I told you. So sales and distribution, financial marketing, and business big data analytics, business intelligence, supply chain management, all these things, manufacturing, all these components, all these entities need ABAP to develop an application. If you name any entity, you need ABAP. So that's that much actually powerful ABAP languages to develop. So if you want to develop or design any application, there is no other language in SAP other than ABAP. Okay, so basically in our course we will try to go ahead with the introduction, and then we'll try to explain you what is R3 architecture, and we'll try to make you prepare reports and modularization, and then we will make you design and develop a industry specific data model, and then I will explain you the industry specific data model, and then I will design a application which with help of module pool programming and the object oriented programming and object oriented ALVs also. And then I will try to explain you about the file handling and enhancements and modifications, forms, RFCs, PAPIs. Okay. And at the end, I will try to explain you what is the new which is in the industry. as a part of ABAP on HANA. So we will try to explain you the introduction, and we will try to explain you what are CDSUs, joints, unions, associations, and I will try to explain you about the AMDP and CDS table functions. Once after that, so this is all which is happening now. So what about the future? Future is BTP. So I will try to explain you about the business technology platform, how the business technology platform will evolve, and then it will give you a more flexible application coding. And I will give you an ABAP introduction with respect to the BTP perspective, and I will try to explain you about RESTful application programming model. So this is how we are actually designed. So yeah, that's all from my end. So do you have any questions, any comments, any points to ask?
Surya and Santosh, is
Mhm.
there any way you can, just give our students a high-level career guidance in terms of where exactly they can get opportunities and how the career mapping may look like post they get their expertise into ABAP?
Yeah, basically, once, okay, now, as I told you just a moment back, so BTP is actually one of the highly efficient like power which is in the ERP world right now. Okay, so if you want to design or if you want to develop an app, any application in BTP, you have to have a knowledge on ABAP. So ABAP is one of the language that you can able to understand, and if you have that knowledge which is in place, so then it is very easy to get an opportunity outside the world with respect to ERP. So most of the cases, so what will happen? So if you are confident enough in the ABAP language, so then it is very easy to switch forward to the BTP, and you can easily get a career a growth of maybe the career, I can say the growth will be exponential. And with respect to the system architecture perspective, so we do have a specific course content which is already here. So how we will teach is like, so we will actually uh, make you design a business specific scenario and make you develop a business specific application. So in the whenever you went for any opportunity, so if you have a very good knowledge with respect to the business specific scenario, so at that you will be feeling comfortable, or it is very easy for you to just crack the whatever the uh, interview, or maybe whatever the uh, interview which you attended. Okay, so that's how we are planning. And then we won't just sit and explain you each and everything. So we will make you sit, and then we will make you do the work, and we will actually try to make you a consultant who is actually capable of creating the application and providing with to the business without any issues. So that much maybe that much what I can say, like
Sure.
confident. I'm so confident I can able to give that the specific knowledge to you all, and I'm 100% confident about it. So maybe if you have any specific question with respect to your career guidance, or any other things, you can ask me. I'll try to guide you each and individual to individual. I won't tell you like generally.
So,
Individual to individual. If you want any specific question, or if you want, for example, if you don't, if you want to if you want to understand more with respect to BTP, or if you want to more understand more with respect to analytics cloud. So if you want to understand more with respect to the maybe HANA, if you want to go into the deep, so that also I can able to provide you the guidance. How you can able to go till that point.
so any questions we have from an audience, from students with specific to ABAP? Feel free to unmute yourself. If you're not comfortable, put your question into chat window and I can read it out for you all, please. Until we, give time for our students to think a question, Surya, I have a follow-up question. You have used a term called as consultant, right?
Yeah.
Since all of our participants on a call today are students, why don't you just explain me more of consulting role, into this specific domain? Like when we say it as a consultant, what exactly it means? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I will do that. So I will take one scenario as an example. So, we in SAP world. So there are three kinds of projects. So I will like once the session started. So you will be more and you will understand more about these projects. Okay. So the migration, implementation, and support project. So with any kind of project, what is consultant roles and responsibilities? So basically, a consultant is a sorry, any question? Okay. So a consultant is a guy who can able to understand the requirement from the business, and he can able to deliver what exactly the business has requested. Okay, so generally we do have two kinds of consultant, functional consultant and the technical consultant. So what functional consultant can do? So functional consultant will design the process. Okay, so he will design the process, he will integrate this, he will try to design one process, and then he will actually make a solution out of it. So what technical team can do? He will actually the technical team will actually build that process with the help of a language, and then provide it to the business. So in here, so if you talk about consultant, what exactly his role? He should be able to communicate to the business, and he should be able to understand what exactly business wanted, and he should be able to deliver how exactly client has been asked. Okay, so what exactly client asked with for example, if client wanted any for example, here if you see, there are two arrows here. So if client wanted two arrows at the same location, at the same pinpoint, and the the technical consultant I'm talking about, the technical consultant should be capable of delivering it something like that. Okay, and the another role of consultant would be the reviewing. Like whenever you design any application, you should have two strategies. One is how you will start and how you will stop. So this kind of strategy you have to maintain, and a consultant will have to have a knowledge with respect to the best practices that we need to follow to make a industry specific application. So these are the major roles and responsibilities of any kind of consultant, either it is functional consultant or technical consultant, doesn't matter, to make client happy, to make a business happy. That's what is consultant stands for.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Surya.
Yeah.
Any questions from the audience? Feel free to ask questions, students, because this is something which is specially planned for you all. So that, we want to make sure that you are getting it. If you have any doubts, doesn't matter what thought you have in your mind, please feel free to throw it across to us, and we are happy to assist you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hi.
Students, if you have any kind of doubts, you can ask here. Sir is ready to share their doubt, clear your doubts. So one doubt I'm having is the students are having an internship of every year for 1 month, 4 weeks internship they are having every year for a second year, third year, and for second year and third year.
Okay.
And what will be the total duration for completing this course? What we say, SAP? What will the total duration we require?
Uh, yeah. Thank you, Dhananjay sir, for the question. So basically, it is depends on the content which we will deliver. Okay. So if you're specific to a customized content, so the timing duration will be different. And if it is specific to maybe let us take in this way. For example, if you want the entire ABAP, the content would be the content would be different. And if you want a part of it, for example, ABAP workflow only, you wanted ABAP workflow only, then the timing would be different. Like it is based on the uh, exactly how much what exactly you are I mean, I can say like how much percentage of ABAP knowledge you wanted. So it is based on that. And in a general scenario, so for Okay, I'll take in this way. So, for example, we do have a uh, recent discussion which has happened with respect to one of the MNC. So we do deliver this entire course for 80 hours. They do have a customized plan. Okay, so they do have a specific customized plan. So they don't want specific scenarios. They included a different kinds of scenarios. They included complex business logic into that curriculum to explain it to the newly joined employees. So it is based on the requirement. So if it is a kind of customized requirement, so whatever the requirement which you want, which you will give, right? So based on the requirement, we will just analyze and then we will tell you the timing. So basically, for the last discussion which we happened with one of the MNC, so that was actually 80 hours overall. Uh, 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 for a proper 8 hours training, it is for 10 days.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Students, if you have any more doubt, recently one of our pass out students had completed this SAP course from the Mumbai, I think, and he is placed there. So so I have planned this session and everything.
Yeah.
Students, if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask or you can drop your in the chat box if you have any questions.
Feel free to use the chat box. I can read out the questions for you all. By the time you think for a question, Surya, another follow-up questions for you. Uh, how much of coding is involved into this specific SAP ABAP model?
Ah, definitely. So, see, it is actually earlier. So when it is started, maybe in the year of 1972 or in the year of 2011. So at that time, what happened? So the coding is a bit more. So nowadays, what will happen? So they introduced a new scenario-based functions they are introducing. So with the help of that functions, we can easily design the application. So I can say like when I started my career, so like long back. So when I started my career, so I do have each and every line I do have to write. So but now I think 40 to 50% of the coding has been reduced. It has been incorporated to the functions. So we can just make use of that function. That function will do the job for you. So it is not very big, I can say. Like you can easily understand, you can easily train yourself. But for any kind of for any kind of language, now I'm not talking about only SAP ABAP or any specific language. Any kind of language, you need to put your efforts. Okay, hard work is very important. If you put your efforts, then definitely it will pay off. Otherwise no one can learn. So that's what I can say. But earlier, like as compared to earlier, it is 40 to 50% of the coding was converted into the generic functions. So we can make use of those functions and then we can design the application very easily, effectively.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the detailed explanation, Surya.
Yeah.
All right. Last call for any questions on specific to SAP ABAP topic. If not, we can switch to our next interesting. Okay. I do see a question from Chaitu. Her question is, what about the roadmap of the career?
Definitely, Chetu. So basically, let us take one example. So if you place in any company, so you do have in any company as an SAP technical consultant, you must be having complete your SAP ABAP course. Okay, that is for sure. So if you have the ABAP knowledge, it is added advantage. So once you have that knowledge, so they will place you in ABAP on HANA project. Okay, that is the maybe 1 or 2 years experience you do have to work on ABAP on HANA, and you need to understand the structure of ABAP on HANA and all the other stuff. Once you are comfortable, once you are capable of developing applications with the help of SAP ABAP on HANA, then you can switch, you can upgrade yourself. So it is actually not like once you have good knowledge, so they will call you and then they will tell you like, hey, you have good knowledge, you move to this side, that side. No one will tell you like that. So you need to upgrade yourself to BTP. BTP is one of the trending in ERP industry. So if you want, you can just check it out. So if you want to learn more about SAP BTP, we do have a ana.ondemand.com. So you do have to go to the BTP cockpit trial, and then you can just learn if you want it. But you need to upgrade it to BTP, and you need to actually convert your consultancy as a senior consultant. Then from there onwards, you will be designing a industry specific applications with a backend knowledge. Then you need to upgrade yourself to the front end. Then you need to make a full stack developer. Then in that way, you need to upgrade yourself. Then you will have a good, very good roadmap. But answer for your question, if you have a good ABAP knowledge, then your future will be in the BTP and artificial intelligence, which is AI. I think it is coming in the next class. So you might heard about AI in the SAP industry as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Surya. And thanks for the question, Chetu. Appreciate you bringing on that point. Okay. We will continue to take questions. You can think of it and put it into chat box. But in the interest of time, we'll move on to the another interesting topic, which is directly linked with your current domain. Again, above is something which we thought of covering into first session. Let's move on to artificial intelligence and machine learning. So, Pawan and the entire team, I would like to hand over the session to you. Surya, appreciate your overall walkthrough. Pawan, are you there on the call? Pawan, I think if you're talking, you're on mute.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, Ajit, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I can
Yeah,
hear you. You can get started.
okay. Here, Vijay is with us, and he will take care about Gen AI part. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hand over to Vijay. Okay. Great. Ajit, can you allow me? Because I'm sharing your screen. Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, hi all.
Hello, Vijay.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon. How are you guys? Okay. So I am Vijay. Let me introduce about myself. Again, I want to be more interactive students and the team or whoever joining. It's not that I being the alone person giving the lecture. I want to be way more interactive at any point of time. You guys have some questions, please stop over and ask the questions. Let it be quite interactive rather than being a monolithic where I keep on talking. Okay, so let me introduce. So guys, I want to hear, right? You guys are hearing me, right?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Good to know. So I am Vijay. I'm having 20 years of experience. A good part, right? I started my career as an SAP, right? I have been into the SAP world for more than 10 years. When I moved into this AI space. When I say AI space, I started with the core AI, where I started my journey with the machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and of late, I am working both on the SAP AI actually, and then the AI perspective, right? The latest topics of Gen AI. So I'm blending more into the ERP vertical. My entire career was more into the enterprise vertical, enterprise sector, working for different industry, different domains. I worked for manufacturing. I worked for example, the healthcare. I worked for food and beverages, utilities. So there are different kinds of experiences I have catering into that. So today's topic mainly on the Gen AI, right? So guys, I want to hear a little bit from anyone from the student. So what exactly Gen AI? So anyone can mute and tell me what is Gen AI? Anyone? What do you understand from Gen AI? Any student? Anyone want to try? Okay, so what is AI? It's not Gen AI. I think you might have heard AI, you might have studied AI, and you heard a lot of things. If anyone wants, guys, you can use your thumbs up button or the chat window, or you can use that. So before that, how many people heard the word chat GPT? I think many of the people have heard ChatGPT, right? So the ChatGPT is the latest version of the GenAI component of it. Like the people talk about GenAI. But today, as being an engineers, we'll go beyond ChatGPT. ChatGPT is nothing but a generative AI component of the mostly of the text base. But as part of your learning, as a student, you have to be learning more on the technical side, right? And more on the functional side, more on the business side. So this entire next 20 minutes, I can tell you, right? I will get into a world of AI space. When I say AI space, today is Gen AI, but next years we are talking about more on the artificial intelligence. So we'll start what you have to learn and what you have to do, what we are going to cover as part of our course curriculum, where are the career opportunities, and where do you place, right? What is your future? So that's what we're going to cover in the next 20 minutes of our session. Okay, little bit, I'll give you a bigger picture. This is the generic diagram which you go and then learn. So if you ask me, the first part you going to hear, right, is more on the kind of a machine learning. This diagram gives it, but it will always starts with machine learning when you write what is machine learning, right? And then after that, you will start hearing about the deep learning. Machine learning is mainly of the text, little bit on the use cases or the functionality, whether the movie is good or bad. Example I'm taking, right? For example, whether this will predict like this will fail or it will success, like in the Twitter analysis, right? When you post some message, it will be good or bad. So these are all comes under mainly on the machine learning text analysis. And there is another concept known as image analysis. Like for example, image, like whether you post an image and say whether it's a cat or dog, whether you post your like any health disease thing, whether the disease can predict it. So that comes more on the deep learning perspective. Okay, these are the years like, but the challenge what it is faced in the last 10 years is that the kind of algorithms, the kind of functionalities, the kind of infrastructure is not abundant. So now with the concept of the Gen AI, right? Gen AI came in 2022 of November, where ChatGPT was popular. Okay, so then from the last 3 years, everyone, right, especially the students, freshers, and the experienced people are also jumping into to learn this concept of Gen AI. So because this topic is about Gen AI, I'm more concentrating on the Gen AI. Again, guys, if you have any questions, use the chat window, or you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask the question. Any question, I'm happy to explain. If it is not, it's not only 20 minutes, it can go beyond 20 minutes also. So the Gen AI component in this, right? So we already started with the Chat GPT, which is done by OpenAI. Sam has introduced that. And initially when we started this, it's more of a customer perspective. Like you go to Chat GPT and give that, for example, okay, give me the travel, get me a travel assistant, book the tickets. So more, it's a more of a customer oriented. But today, as of today, you have to guys understand the move we have moved from Gen AI to advanced Gen AI. So what is an advanced Gen AI? Right? In the next last 3 years, you might be hearing a lot more on the concepts of a RAG, retrieval augmented generation. You might have hearing a lot of AI agents because everywhere you go to entire web content, LinkedIn content, and you type it out, everywhere is AI agents. And off late, like I can say 6 months back, you might have heard a Claude. Like for example, you have ChatGPT, you have Claude, you have Grok. These are the tools you can just use. I think everyone here might have used ChatGPT. It's there on your laptop, it's there on your mobile. So you use day in, day out. So the latest concepts today people are talking about is known as a model context protocol, which is an MCP, and one agent to talking to agents. The good part here is that this is all we cover in our course curriculum. I'll tell you at the end of the session, we cover everything from basics to advanced. and we cover more practicals than theoretical. I'm a practical guy rather than a theoretical guy. So theoretical will be there. If you ask me, there is a theory of 30%, there is a 70% of practicals. We follow a strict schedule of hands-on sessions. We follow a very strict approach of assignments. We strictly follow mini projects. And finally, we make you to delve into the capstone project. So that right, you learn and implement and deliver it by yourself. That's where our approach and curriculum, we follow very strict schedule. Okay. So as I said you, this is the overview of the concepts of starting with ML. When you start learning that, you have to start machine learning, and then you have to jump into the deep learning, machine learning. Anyone wants to have any question?
Trial.
No, I think. No.
Any questions?
No questions. Go ahead.
Okay.
No.
So the learning approach, I'm giving you the learning approach. You have to start with machine learning. Machine learning is a text-based solution, and then you have to learn the deep learning. Deep learning is nothing but your image-based solution. Next will be natural language processing, which is the precursor for your chat GPT, where you give the prompts, a natural, and it will give you the outputs. And the next you have to learn the generative AI. In the Gen AI, we will learn little bit frameworks, and after that we learn RAG, which is a retrieval augmented generation, work on PDFs. Like you have a lot of PDFs, you have to get the information. You work on PDFs is an unstructured data, which is a RAG. And later we'll work on the AI agents. AI agents is nothing but is a tool, right? For example, I want to get the weather data. I want to book a tickets. I want to travel from place A to place B. These are work with the agents. Our agents are nothing but your assistants. Like previously, we used to call it as a chatbot. Now it's an AI agent, which is an intelligent agent. And later we work on the MCPs, which is very latest, which is very popular and very hot in the market. I'll give you one example, right? Last year, one of the student is having only 1 year of experience. He has offered with this Gen AI, right? And it is a cost of 6 lakhs, right? He got a payment of 6 lakhs. So that's kind of a like opportunities you are having in the Gen AI perspective. Okay. So next, finally, we learn the A2A agents. So this is what the course curriculum we are going to learn as part of our Gen AI. So any questions before going to the next slide? Students, you can unmute, chat, whatever you want to do, right? You have any questions very specific, what was covered until now?
So Vijay, I see a question from a student. The question is, which language we gonna use?
The language which we are using is Python. The prerequisites for Gen AI is the basic Python. We are not looking at advanced Python. At least basic Python is required. That's it. We don't require any other language.
Thanks, student, for raising the question.
Okay.
Okay, I have a second question, Vijay. I'm sorry. The question is, how can we differentiate between Gen AI and AI?
See, AI is language coding. You go to AI, you write code, you get an output. But in Gen AI is a prompt based. So in Gen AI, you go, if somebody is going and writing an algorithm, running your application, then it becomes an AI. But somebody comes back and says that, right, like your chat GPT, somebody opens a prompt and give a prompt, okay, saying that, right, I want to travel from place A to place B. Okay, that becomes a Gen AI. If somebody using a chatbot, if somebody using a bot, or somebody using a text, like which is a natural language, you can easily tell that there is a Gen AI.
Thank you, Vijay.
So any questions? Okay, so now let's learn very important apart from this. You learn two aspects. In your course curriculum, you can either go as an AI consultant or AI engineer, or you can go as Gen AI consultant, Gen AI engineer. What is the difference between the two? Gen AI engineer and AI consultant will work on algorithms. When you say algorithms, you will write a kind of a supervised learning algorithm. You will write a kind of a regression algorithms. You write code. You write code. This is a code. But for the examples of a Gen AI, it becomes a low code. I think you might have heard this is low code, no code, and a pro code. Okay. So when you go to AI, you will absolutely write coding. You have to start working on. But a Gen AI, you have to work with low code. Why we have to work with the low code? Because it is the frameworks. They have developed a lot of frameworks where majority of the code is there. So you have to just call the framework, and 60 to 70% of the entire coding is done. So for example, I will ask you a simple example, right? For example, I want to write a Gen AI logic, Gen AI low code solution. Roughly how many lines of code do you think? You can use the chat window and tell me, right? I want to write a Gen AI code. I want to write a Gen AI application. I want to develop a Gen AI platform. I want to develop a Gen AI kind of a product. Anything. I'm talking about Gen AI application. How many lines of code are you expecting? I'll give you ABCD, right? 100, 500, 5,000, and yeah, 500, 100, 500, 1,000, and 5,000. How many lines you are expecting?
500 plus is the first answer, which I see in the chat window, Vijay.
Yeah, good. Any more?
Any other attempt?
I am planning to write a Gen AI code. I will not be surprised to hear 100 lines also, right? What is the average? 100, 500, 1,000, 500, 5,000. Just a guess it, right? No one is coming back to you and then questioning you. Just a
Yeah.
guess. Everyone can answer this. I'm not saying that, right? It's only specific to one student. Everyone can, and everyone. Because this is what you're going to do.
Come on, guys. You just have to pick one number, right?
Yes. Yeah, pick one number, right? At least pick one number, right? Just give 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000. Any number. I heard 500 is good. Yeah. Any more?
Use the chat window, guys.
Yeah, use the chat window. Use the chat window and just send me the numbers. I'll get you, like, you'll be surprised to hear the answer. That's what I can tell you. For example, I'll give you a solution also, right? For example, I want to develop a application, right? Gen AI application for a travel agent. For example, my prompt I'll give you, I want to travel from Hyderabad to Mumbai. I want to develop an application. Like that's what your chat GPT gives also, right? I want to develop like saying that, hey, I am planning a travel for June 1st to June 7th from Hyderabad to Mumbai. Please give me the itinerary, right? It will give you saying that, okay, you have to travel here, you have to catch a bus, catch a train, or catch a flight, blah, 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 and then it gives the answer. To develop this application, how many lines of code you have to write? Tell me. Is it 100? Is it 500? Is it 10,000? Is it 1,000 or 5,000? Guys, yeah, please be fast. Just give me the number, right? Just tell me the number.
We just have one answer, Vijay, 500 plus.
Guys, yeah, because see, why I'm insisting you, right? It's not one-way communication. It's so easy. See, I am making you Gen AI is too easy. When you are communicative, when you are interactive. I will be surprised, right? You don't need to code here, right? With 100 lines of code, I'll write this. 100 lines. Can you write 100 lines? I'm not asking 1,000 lines, right? 100 lines. Why 100 lines? Because it uses the frameworks. Like as I mentioned, there's LangChain, LangGraph. There are some frameworks which already our Gen AI platform guys has given it to us. You just need to use this with 100 lines of code. You can develop this application. Is it not so easy to write 100 lines of code? And I will give you another trick also, right? This 100 lines of code also you don't need to write. You can go to ChatGPT and ask the ChatGPT gives you the code. You just need to put your intelligence. You just need to put your context. You just need to understand the business functionality. That's it. It's Gen A is so simple, but you have to be more motivated to learn. The simple example, guys, I told you, when I ask you some question, right, you should be more attentive and then give an answer. Because I want to see that to be learned from you guys. So that is what we're going to teach you. In 100 lines of code, how can I develop the application? Any application, I'm not talking about this application, right? Any application in general, like for example, I have a PDF, the same PDF, I want to talk to PDF. I want to talk to Excel. You know, right? Excel is a data. I have stored everything. I have stored your entire college data, and I want to use my Gen A application and tell them that, right? Okay, in which subject, who is passing, who is failing, and what is happening. So all the data you are having, we will use that. Okay, so that kind of a level will give it to you, explain it to you so that your job is easy. You don't need to work more on the coding part of it. There's less coding, more functionality. Yeah. So any questions you have? Guys, any questions on this slide?
Nope, I think we are good to go.
Yeah, fine. As I said to right, you have a rack, retrieval augment generation, AI agents, multi-class. Don't confuse with the concepts. It's so simple that right, you just need to work on that. As I said, you right, you just need basic Pythons, and we will be there for you to write the code, explain the code, and make you work on the code. As I said, you should be ready to write 100 lines of code. The minimum 100 lines of code. I don't think so that's a difficult for a person, right, who are an engineer, and it will be easy for you to write. Okay, so now the career opportunities. As I said, you right, recently one of my like who got trained by me got a 1 year, like he's a 1 year experience after a fresher, he just joined us, and then he got 6 lakhs. That's the kind of means that's the kind of opportunities you have, that's the kind of market you are having, that's the kind of people are playing you. So as I said, you read from AI engineer, data scientist to machine learning, you can go in AI engineer, you can have a Gen A engineer, you can have machine learning engineer, and AI architect and data scientists are for the senior people. But if you're a student, you have an opportunities to go as an engineer. You can go to Python engineer also. Python engineer, AI engineer, ML engineer, Gen A engineer. Yeah, so that kind of a roles you are having. Okay, so this is what our curriculum we are having. What I said is we have a rigorous training methodology for it, so that everyone who joins us go with the knowledge, go with the outcome. Because we are outcome driven people rather than just, so we cover more on lesson theory and more on practicals. We rely more on the practicals. We go with more of an approach, right? The practical approach. Like for example, as I said, Juret, we are going to give you a lot of assignments to you. We have hands-on sessions for you, and we will try to work each one, right? We'll have a different capstone projects. This is one of the example which I'm talking about. Build an AI-powered multi-agent QA system integrated to drag and agents. This is one example which is very popular in the market. You go and then talk and then Google it. Every industry and every like person is started developing on the AI agents. Okay, so this is what our methodology, our approach, our processes we follow, guys. And I'm happy to open this forum for questions, and I'm happy to answer your question on anything you are having.
Thank you so much, Vijay. Any questions, students, you all have specific to AI topic which we covered? We have Vijay on the call who has 18 plus years of experience. So make sure that you make best use of him since he's available today. So the first question which I see, Vijay, for you is, can we use Gen AI in SAP system?
Gen A in the
SAP system.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm using it right now, right? I am a SAP consultant. Right now, I'm using SAP Gen AI, right? That's my live experience I'm having. I'm using for one of the clients using BTP, using SAP Gen AI. I am using it. So yes, the answer is yes.
Perfect. Feel free to shoot your questions, guys. Use the chat box.
Any questions, guys, right? It can be your opportunities, career, jobs, or like, for example, the money. Like I'm a fresher at how much I'm going to get. So any questions, I'm open to any questions.
How much time you required to make an Gen AI is the next question, Vijay, for you.
Yeah, see, the Gen AI based on the requirement, typically it's 1 to 3 months. Any application you want to develop, it takes between 1 to 3 months. For example, I told you, right? For example, I want to create a travel app, like travel application, booking application, or any application. Like, for example, I have a website. I want to have a chatbot, like, for example, a Gen AI agent to that, or Gen AI application to that. So typically it takes 1 to 3 months. For learning, as I said, you have to develop because it depends on individual person to person. Anyone, if I give you and then work on the low level, because one is an enterprise edition, production ready environment, and another is your local environment. You have to develop it. Typically 2 to 4 weeks for you to develop it. The same application you want to develop on your laptop, it will take at least 2 to 4 weeks.
Any other questions, guys? Until people thinks for the questions, Vijay, I may want to go off topic because we are talking about career into AI, right? And
Hmm.
uh, this is something which everyone is here, and I'm sure even you must have heard that people talk about AI is taking away jobs for many of the employees. And then we have talking about career development into AI, right? How do you want to
Hmm.
explain this a huge gap in terms of what is being portrayed into market and in terms of opportunities?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, careers will be taken away by AI, but yes, the low level jobs will go away, like the call center jobs, the customer care jobs, which can be automated. Yes, the jobs will go away.
Yeah,
But there are a high level jobs. They're creating jobs. Recently, I don't know whether you heard this, Microsoft and Walmart has clearly said that they are going to create lot of Gen AI jobs in India. What do you
correct.
mean by that? So they're
Yeah.
taking away jobs. If you see, right, everyone is taking away jobs. But indirectly, they're saying they're going to create a Gen AI roles and Gen AI jobs. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of opportunities for the high level. When I say high level, like little bit of coding, low code, no code kind of an experience. So this is the right, like I'm giving a live example. One of the student, he learned Gen AI. Today he'll end up like with 6 lakhs. Like,
Mhm.
why did he got a job of 6 lakhs? Like 1 year experience, which you never heard of a guy, right? With 1 year having 6 lakhs. So there are plenty of opportunities for a career perspective and future perspective also. But
Correct.
only recommendation from the students is that they should keep on learning.
Correct.
Unlike the STS, what people think that, okay, I'm done, I have learned it, I go to a job, my job is secure. No. So you have to, because the technology is changing so fast and so rapid, you guys have to keep on updating and upgrading yourself. And to me, there are a lot and lot of plenty of jobs. By the estimate said, there will be a lot of Gen AI roles at least in the next 1 or 2 years. Why? Because I being an SAP consultant, I have been in the enterprise market. I know the ERP market and lot like right, especially in the SAP also, right? SPS for HANA updates are coming up. There are a lot and lot of opportunities, at least on the AI, whether it's an SAP or non-SAP. And there are a lot of projects are coming in the next 2 to 3 years. Gen AI will rock. If you are in the right place, you start learning it. Definitely, you will have a much career from my more experience, from my own perspective.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Just to add on, I'll add into that point, Vijay, and for the entire students, right? AI is not here to take away our jobs. AI is here to make our life easier in the corporate world, right? So if you're having repetitive tasks, you may work on in terms of putting an automation in place so that a skilled talent will not be spending time into repetitive tasks. Rather, they will be spending more time in terms of, complex work structure which we have. And that's the reason why I think this is the right time for us to get ourselves upgraded into this AI module, and then make sure that you are finding a right place for you so that you work on those automations, you work on these requirements and things like that. So that's how I normally, like Vijay said, and to add to that point, that's how I normally portray this thing is that AI is not here to take away your jobs. AI is here to make our life easier, make our jobs easier, avoid repetitive tasks, put automation in place, and get placed into more complex work structure. And the more complex work structure, more AI workforce is going to be needed to build up a complex codes and things like that. All right. Thank you so much, Vijay. I think the overall insight was really helpful, and I hope that students have grasped whatever is needed out of this session. You can answer your screen. Okay, I see a question. Another question, Vijay, for you is
Okay.
how many fields are there in AI development?
What do you mean by fields?
Yeah,
I'm not, the question is not clear. What do you mean by fields?
sure. So, Prashant, when we say that how many fields are there in AI development, are you talking about verticals or keeping job opportunities or more
Maybe
of it?
roles, job roles, I think.
Okay, like
Eh,
domains. Yeah.
No, no, see, as I said, you right, job roles. Today, most when you apply for a job, most people will be taking you as an AI engineer. A 0 to 2 years experience, guys, all comes under either an AI engineer or a Gen AI engineer. That's the common term people are using it right now. Okay, so AI engineer, Gen AI engineer, Python engineer. So these are all the engineering roles which are right fit for you. You can apply for any roles. Like if there is any Python engineer, also you can apply because the course starts with Python. The learning starts with Python. Everything what you develop is Python only. Today in Gen AI, whatever you code is Python code. Whether you use AI agents, whether you use RAG, whether you use any framework, LangChain, any framework today, people are talking about the backend is Python. So you can apply it as a fresher. I can suggest it, but later there are a lot of roles, right? For example, you can go a senior role or an architect role, like a functional role, Gen A functional role, but that doesn't rely to you. But for you, if the answer for you is what is the kind of roles, you will be applicable to get into a Gen A or a engineer roles.
Perfect.
Or prompt engineer.
Thank you so much, Vijay and Pawan, the entire team for your valuable session today. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
team. Have a nice day and let's keep in
All
touch.
right. So I think, just to close out the call, few quick high level updates for everyone, right? Like college definitely helps us to let the right foundation for us in terms of theoretical knowledge, which is most important for us to kickstart with a professional journey, right? The experts panel who were part of this call, we have Surya sir, we had Vijay, we had Vinod, Ajit. We are here to add as well as help you all guys to put on the additional skill set which is required because we are coming from an industry experience. We have worked extensively into multiple projects, so we want to share our best practices with you all because college had helped you with the basic foundations. We are going to add the required skill sets, and of course, additional courses will definitely add additional layers into your career and put your profile, put yourself as an exceptional when it comes to grabbing opportunities which are available in the market. Okay, so you can always reach out to your college as well as the entire management. Zadav sir is part of this call. He will help you in terms of guiding you that which course you can avail. We will be sharing a recording of today's session which we have conducted, and you can always refer to the demos and see if you have any doubts, and feel free to reach out to us. Altivision is going to be here to help you in terms of your career guidance, in terms of any relevant courses which you want to do, and we are here to assist you and help you as needed. Right, so I'm going to quickly just walk you through the few sliders which I have, which will talk more about Altivision. Lack of relevant skills, stagnant career growth, limited job opportunities, difficulty in training careers, uncertainty in face of automation and AI, inconsistent personal growth, lack of confidence, feeling stuck in routine jobs. Altivision is here to help you guide in terms of which is going to be the right course relevant for you, and you can pursue your career by completing the course. I have already highlighted, right? Like we have 25 plus industry expert trainer who has collaborated with Ultivision, and through their experts' knowledge, overall vast, intensive, experience which they are carrying with them, we use their experience to shape up our students and upscale the required skill sets into technical as well as non-technical courses which we normally offer. Other than the other courses, like the two core courses which we talked about, which are more relevant to your domain, we covered SAP ABAP, we have covered artificial intelligence and machine learning. These are the additional offerings which we normally give it to our students. SAP Success Factor, we cover SAP HANA, SAP FICO, SD, PP, EWM, and things like that. So these are the additional offerings which we normally offer to our students through Ultivision. Other training modules, finance is evolving into day-to-day life now. In terms of cross-cutting, many of the jobs are getting shifted or moved to India because of the talent base which we have, and that's the reason we normally keep hearing that many of the offices calls out that they are opening their innovative office center in India. Maybe they call it as a shared service setup. Maybe they call it as a global capability center. So, finance is evolving. We provide trainings into Oracle as well, DevOps, Salesforce, and things like that. So these are the offerings, additional offerings which we normally offer through Ultivision. Uh, Surya sir as well as Vijay sir had already explained, we are not only going to be focusing more on theoretical content, but it's more of practical based teaching is something which we will offer. There will be real-time projects which will be given to you. You will be getting end-to-end support from our side. Interview preparation is something which we will definitely offer, and learn as per your comfort, right? If you're not comfortable into any particular knowledge, language, and if you want to clear your doubts in your local language, we are here to help you out, because our key focus is to ensure that you're taking benefit out of this learning which we are offering, rather than just sticking to one particular language or one particular trend which we normally follow. So we are here to support you as per your comfort is what our key focus is going to be, right? Zado sir had asked one of the question to Surya sir that how these courses are going to be covered, right? So based on the requirement, like Surya had already mentioned, based on the requirement, we are going to be creating a course for you, and then it consists of 30 to 60 odd days based on the requirement, and we normally cover that. Since you're a student, 1 hour is something which we normally prefer, but if you have to go beyond 1 hour, that's something which we can definitely implement based on the requirement. And of course, weekend batch is something which we will put it in place as per the requirement. All right, so what is that exactly we offer, right? What value we will bring into it? If you are going to be planning for any SCP related, course or module, we will be working on giving you a system access, which will be having your own credentials, so that based on the theoretical sessions which we conduct, we will give you system access so that you can access our system. You can keep practicing and ensure that you're clearing your doubts. You will be also getting training certification done through Ultivision, so that you can add that into your resume and upscale your profile in the market. Every single session which we conduct, we normally record these sessions, so that whatever doubts you might have asked during the live sessions, these recordings will be given to you, and you will be having access to these recording sessions for at least 6 months. So that's something which we are going to do that. And of course, pros post completing the course, you will be getting 3 months additional support from our institute to make sure that you're getting a proper guidance as such. I will give you just 5 minutes to read out the feedbacks from our students, which we have received so far throughout last several years since we are into market. Our students are so happy, for the kind of sessions as well as learning they have received from us. And, they are pursuing their career. They got placed into top MNCs, which we have. And, this is one of the sweet gesture we can say that, they have shown towards us. And these are the actual live feedback which we have shared. And I think we are more than happy if you want to connect to any one of our students to see that how these sessions are conducted, and if you want to refer to any recordings, we are always there to help you and support you. And this is what our address is. You can make a note of it if you want. But we are based out of Pune. We conduct online classes because we have our trainers based across global locations. We may visit to your college to make sure that we conduct live sessions for you as well based on the requirement. And whatever is going to be any doubts, if you have, we are there to help you and assist you, so you can make a note of all the details as this is in front of you. I'm just going to share our LinkedIn page details as well, so that I'm sure many of you guys might be having LinkedIn account. Follow us on LinkedIn. Make sure that you are updated with your LinkedIn profile, because I think, that's one of the other way to make sure that you're active in the market, to see that what other opportunities are getting, available in the market, and you can get placed.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Dhananjay, sir.
Oh, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for taking much time of you on this weekend. Especially, you have given much valuable suggestions, valuable the course related to the ABAP and AI. Definitely, we will have live sessions. Presently, I observe that the students' interaction is a little bit less. If it is live sessions face to face, then it will be more attractive. We will
Right.
definitely have more collaboration with you, and definitely we will be having sessions and workshops also 1 or 2 days. You can
Right.
drop me whatever the details and cost fees and everything to the mail ID I will be sharing here.
Yeah.
And I want to once again inform the students, these are the live trainers, 25 plus trainers are available with this institute. These are really updated. They are actually working with the real time problems and real time industry. We as assistant professors, and we know only the little bit, we knew we have some limitations need to complete as per our academic and syllabus and everything. So these are the really the what we say industry present market. They know what is happening future after 5 years, what will be the career, everything. So definitely, sir, we will have the sessions, live sessions in our college.
Perfect.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much, sir, for your valuable time.
No problem at all, Zadu sir. And again, thank you so much to you for within a short span of a time, you have taken a lot of efforts to ensure that your students are getting benefited out of it. So I just want to shout out that, and thank you so much for the things. I have already messaged the attendance link, so maybe a request to the students to make sure that you're filling out the details. And then any last minute questions if anyone has, Zadu sir, if anything you have. All right. We are going to be sharing all the details to the college management. Feel free to reach out to Zadu sir. Zadu sir will be helping you out with a lot of additional details as required. Once again, thank you so much to the entire management of Aadharsh Institute of Engineering and Research Technology. I would like to thank our training partners, Santosh sir, as well as Surya, Pawan, as well as Vijay sir, for your time. And once again, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajit. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.